So you're looking to move to the Boise Valley and you're not exactly sure which city to call home. This video is going to dive into one of the best cities around here in the Treasure Valley. There's 9 of them, so it's top 9, and we're gonna dive into everything there is. I'm gonna show you the outdoors, I'm gonna show you the economy. I'll even talk about a few bad things, including some of the traffic you'll find in Nampa. Not always the best, but hey, pretty good overall. And we're gonna talk about shopping and more, so stick around. You are not gonna wanna miss this one, especially if you're considering Nampa. Nampa's got the good, it's got the bad, it's got the pros, it's got the cons. So this one's full circle coming at you right now. Nampa is a growing city. That's always good. You want to see growth. It's north of 3% per year. It's about 120,000 residents there in Nampa. That's a lot more than it was in 2020. It was around 101,000, so we are seeing an increase. Remember, there was a big world event in 2020, and that changed a lot of people's outlook on Idaho. Why? Because people like you could then work remote, and if they could escape their leftist state, they could move to a red state, and that's what we are. While not perfect, there are some cons to this state. I'm not sure of too many, but there are a few. Idaho provides a very conservative, family-friendly lifestyle, so if that's what you're looking for, you will love this. This is a city that backs the Second Amendment. This is a city that's conservative. The further you get away from the city of Boise, like Boise proper, the more you're going to experience conservative living. Even in Boise, if you get away from downtown, you're still gonna see more conservative parts of Boise, like the city limit. Just keep that in mind. So why are people choosing Nampa over some of the other cities? Number one reason I would say is cost. You get a lot of bang for your buck. We pulled some data on the cost of living in Nampa, and it's got this national average considered to be at 100, and it says, what is Nampa at? And it says everything is below the 100 mark except for healthcare at 101%, and housing at 129%. Everything else is below. It gives it an average of 104. Guys, I couldn't disagree more with those metrics. Stats are one thing you look at online, but in all reality, when you're paying $2,000 a year for your property taxes, when you're living within 5 minutes of a grocery store, you don't have to have all that time in the car, when you don't have a ton of extra taxes and expenses put onto your daily life, like I don't agree with that. I had a guy move here from Austin, Dave, shout out to you, who did a spreadsheet on how much he saved on living in Boise. He actually lives in Eagle compared to living in Austin. On a salary that's north of $150,000 a year, he was saving over $18,000 a year by living here. Why? A big reason was taxes. If you're retiring here from out of state, your Social Security benefits are not taxed in Idaho. If you're looking to retire in California, income tax and Social Security tax make it one of the worst states to retire in, just FYI. If you like to get outdoors, Nampa's an awesome place. You've got a ton of options south of Nampa. You've got Marsing, you've got Givens Hot Springs, you've got Jump Creek, you've got Snake River. Got a ton of options. If you go on the freeway from those places, we are in the Pine Trees within 45 minutes. You're at Bogus Ski Hill within an hour. Lucky Peak, Black Canyon, Lake Lowell. Lake Lowell's in Nampa. If you like the outdoors, Idaho is a fantastic place for you. I made a video the other week and I mentioned the Conroys. The Conroys were here yesterday again because they're building a custom home with Highland. And they said that they wanted to find out where the BLM land is. Guys, one thing that's cool about Idaho is BLM land. This is the Bureau of Land Management, not to be confused with any other acronym that might there be. But you can go and hike, you can shoot, you can walk. A lot of BLM land is used for camping or it's used for, shooting targets, things like that. But it's awesome. It's something we enjoy. It's public land. There's a huge movement right now in Idaho for keeping the public lands public. I would call that keeping the public lands governmental, but topic for another day. But the government does do a pretty good job of letting us have access to those. One of the better things about the Treasure Valley as a whole is the growing economy. Real estate backs this place. Micron's putting billions and billions, multi-billions into adding on to their facility in Boise. Meta is also building here. There's some tax advantages for corporations to come here. I mean, if you look at the unemployment rate in Nampa, it's 2.7%. That's super low. Also, we're expected to see a 22% rise in job growth compared to a 6.3 national average. So that's more than 3x. Nampa is thriving. It's growing. It's a good place to be. One of the larger industries we have is the number of workers we have in healthcare, number of workers we have in manufacturing and construction, also in retail trade. It is a economy that I would say is pretty balanced and not one industry is taking over, right? Healthcare, you're gonna have healthcare, but if you have a tech boom and then all of a sudden all your stuff's outsourced to Asia and we don't have that here anymore, like we could be potentially, up a creek without a paddle. Micron putting billions and billions here is expected to put 25,000 jobs, additional jobs into the valley. Let's say that doesn't go through. We still have a good economy. And so I really like the economy that we have. Nampa has 120,000 people, but it still feels small town. It's very spread out, which helps. It's not built on top of each other. You have an old downtown, you have North Nampa, which is north of the freeway. Many of you guys know about the sugar beet factory that is there. That smells like, I don't know, 10 or 15 days out of the year. People who live there say it doesn't bother them. It would actually bother me. I would probably not want to live that close to the sugar beet factory, even though we put an offer on the house that was 4 miles north. Not makes sense. So I guess when rubber met the road, I would have lived there. It really is not that many days a year. And it does stink. I've had my kids describe it to me as a burnt peanut butter. That smell doesn't resonate with me, but I've told people that and they're like, oh yeah, I can see that. So it's a burnt peanut butter smell. It's kind of it's a weird, musty, ugly smell. That can affect people. I've smelt that smell in Eagle from the sugar beet factory. I've smelt it here in Middleton. I smelt it in South Nampa. But the closer you get and more the winds take that southeast, more southeast you get of the sugar beet factory, the more you'll smell it. But it does dissipate after 3-4 miles. So keep that in mind. I don't think it's a deal breaker. It is something to consider because if you have two options and one doesn't smell and one does smell 15 days out of the year, probably just take the one that doesn't smell. If we look at crime statistics in Nampa, very favorable. Again, these are just stats. You'll have to do your own research on what this means to you. Total crime index for Nampa is 36. 100 is considered safest. Chances of becoming a victim of violent crime are 1 in 270 in Nampa and 1 in 427 in Idaho. So do your research on where those crimes happen. If I had to guess, I'm gonna guess that I would be living in the more rural parts of Nampa. But before we go on to the cons, guys, there is no greater compliment that I received than phone calls, texts, emails from you saying you want to become a freedom-loving Idahoan, that you want to keep Idaho, Idaho. If that is you, the Buying Boise Blueprint is for you. It lets you buy a home without the stress because we don't miss out on any homes, we don't overpay, and we don't buy a lemon. That's the whole goal. We'll get you started. So if you are looking to move here with no stress, with a system that works, and a realtor has been doing this for quite some time, born and raised here, let's make that phone call, text, email happen and get you to be a freedom-loving Idahoan. No city is perfect. That includes Nampa. I'm gonna put some of my cons on Nampa is the same. The infrastructure and traffic is lagging. So traffic on the freeway is usually not bumper to bumper, but it's slowed through the interstate. When you get off the interstate, we have some intersections that don't have enough lanes. Nampa is anticipating significant growth through 2040 and they're trying to prepare for that. Much of Southwest Nampa is underdeveloped, North Nampa undeveloped. They want to make those areas usable, residential. They want to plan and have a mixed use. They want to have higher density. They want to have industrial. They want to have commercial. They're really trying to plan, which is very good to do in this valley. The average commute, I have notes here that give you some notes on the cons of traffic, and it says one of the cons is 24-minute average commute in Nampa. I honestly don't think that's that bad. So it was listed as a con. I'm presenting it as a con, but 24 minutes to anywhere in the valley, it's almost the central part. In fact, today I'm meeting a buddy that I have known since childhood for lunch, and I'm gonna drive to the 10-mile exit from Middleton. That's 20 minutes. I'm gonna pass through Nampa. If you were in Nampa, that'd be a 10 to 15 minute commute for you just to meet in Meridian for lunch. If you're going downtown, there's that 24 minutes. One of the cons we have written down is limited public transport. Like that's actually the whole valley. There are bus systems. No one uses it, guys. The traffic's just not that bad. You could argue that we need something like that. I'm gonna say that's gonna be passed better in a more liberal area. A lot of people move here because of the lack of Big Brother. And so you'll see like with bonds for high schools, this is recent in Middleton, it's hard to pass those. Sometimes it's hard to get public transportation. This is a very, very conservative place. People like to do things on your own. And so take that into account. Yeah, less public transit, but maybe to be expected here for a conservative red state, red area, red city. When it comes to dining, I'm gonna give you some options here. Dave's Hot Chicken, Burger Theory, Texas Roadhouse, Wingers, Jalapenos, The Griddle, Ramen House, Brick 29. People love Brick 29. I've never been there, I need to go there. Best steak I ever had was at Crave in Eagle. I've heard Brick 29 has a good one. Holy Cow, Idaho, wanted to go there for a long time. It's some cool burgers. Tower Grill, a Chick-fil-A, Olive Garden, Cracker Barrel, which they made the news recently, and others. I should add, there's also a million Mexican restaurants in Nampa. Add that to the list, never had a bad one. When it comes to shopping in Nampa, again, there's no Trader Joe's, but you have Costco, you have Target, you have Home Depot, you have Lowe's, you have Winco, you have Fred Meyer, you have Walmart, in fact, you have multiple Walmarts, multiple Albertsons. Number 5, limited career options. I would say yes, but with a 24-minute commute, you've got them all. Economy is growing. I would say agriculture is something I haven't talked about. logistics, trades. If you're in tech or finance, you probably want to be going to Boise. There are options for St. Luke's and St. Al's, both in Nampa. That's a large sector of the job market here in Boise. Let's just say you had a $500,000 home within a mile or two of Costco, of Texas Roadhouse, of Target, of Dick's. Very little traffic to get into Nampa from the house, just a 2-mile direct shot. What would that look like? This is North Nampa. This is a new listing we have coming up. This one is in Arbor. Arbor is a hot subdivision. Things sell in here, so we're gonna walk through. This one's 2133 square feet, 3-bed, 2-bath, 1 office, 0.147 acres. And you're gonna love what you see. Why? Because this is an easy to maintain yard, but yet you've got a huge grass area behind. So we're gonna check this one out, check out some of the awesome features. You can already tell if you look from the outside, you can see plantation shutters. They spent a lot of money on this thing, upgrading it, making it better than new. So they've lived in it for like a year and 8 months. They are going back to where they came from, and they have put a lot of pride and ownership in this thing. Every time like there's a loose screw or a squeak or anything, he is on it, it's fixed. There's like not a cobweb on this house. There wasn't anything that needed to be done on this house. It's absolutely perfect. Everything's squeaky clean. An easy home to get behind and help sell because they have done everything to make this thing perfect. I mean, look at this green wall. They've done things that are on point in terms of decorative. It's a lot of space. It's single level, 3-bed, 2-bath. I'll let you walk and go check out some of the homes. All right, one of the cool things about this floor plan is it does connect to the master. So if you look in here, you can see the laundry, and that door over there is the master. So that is going to connect. One of my favorite things about this floor plan is the vault. They have the vault here in the main living space, and then they also have it in your master. I absolutely think that's an awesome touch. Speaking of awesome touches, take a look at that TV wall. I think that is so classy. I love what they did there. That is a fantastic look. Those are the things you don't get in a new home here in Arbor and with Brighton. I mean, Brighton is building more homes in here, but on the park, like almost like 4 homes away from the second neighborhood pool, I gotta be honest, I think this spot in this neighborhood is unmatched. Full floor to ceiling fireplace as well. That's not a bad feature at all. I did mention the plantation shutters, hardwood surfaces, 2,133 square feet, 3-bed, 2-bath, plus an office. I mean, I think this is just fantastic. If you're looking for an easy to maintain home with a neighborhood that takes pride of ownership, in a location that puts you super close to Target, Costco, Sportsman's Warehouse, Texas Roadhouse, Winco, that's your grocery. I mean, everything on the boulevard it's right there. I mean, you are literally 2 miles away from everything. The soaker tub, the dual vanity, the hard surfaces. Take a peek at the shower. My cameraman just ran into the wall, so that was good. This floor to ceiling tile. And check out, I mean, there's not one part of this house I think is terrible. How big this closet is. If you had a kid in this closet, think how dirty this would be. This would be amazing. And then we're gonna go, remember, we're wrapping right back out to that mud bench area, cabinetry in the laundry, enough space, tile backsplash. Here's your mud bench area. I want you to peek in here only, just to see how it's an oversized 2-car garage. Yep, good. I mean, they have utilized every nook and cranny, I think, because it's really a great home. But let's go take a look at the back patio and that open space behind. But this home for $530,000 in North Nampa with better than new is an absolute steal. I just think this is, if you're looking for an easy to maintain yard, if you're looking for a good neighborhood, if you're looking for close to good shopping, this is the best. I absolutely think this is the best bang for your buck in all of North Nampa. So I want to know, is Nampa right for you? Are there things you like about Nampa? Are there things you wish you didn't have? Does it seem like, after watching this video, that Nampa is the best option? Does it seem like it points you more to a Meridian, or does it seem like it points you to an Eagle, a Star, a Middleton like me? Cuna's east of Nampa. Tell me in the comments where you think you would end up living. There's a video I made on moving to Nampa, Idaho. Go watch that one. That one is right there. It's in a box right here. Go watch that video, moving to Nampa. And if you're looking to buy or sell, guys, there is no greater compliment that I receive than phone calls, texts, emails from you. If that is you, give me a call, give me a text, give me an email, and we can chat, put you on the Buying in Boise blueprint, and make you a freedom-loving Idahoan. It is why I make these videos. It is for the freedom lovers, the conservatives, the people who want to get here and keep Idaho, Idaho. So if that's you, let's talk. Let's get you on track to be an Idahoan. And of course, if there's anything I missed, put that in the comments, type that there, and I will be sure to respond to those. I always do.